goal is to take these bars and divide them evenly. So what I did, I'll show you, and what you could do with scratch paper is I just marked off the length. And you could just do that with little marks on a piece of scratch paper. And then you're going to copy this over and over and over. So I'm going to copy it and see if it fits in over and over and over. And I'm going to try to be as neat as possible. And so when I do that, looks like they fit in pretty well 4 times. Does that make sense? So then the goal was to say what the fraction was first. So this is where the shaded area was at the bottom. So this was a 4th shaded, and just in case it's hard to see now, that was the shaded area. So on day 2, we could say the 6th graders were 1/4 of the way to their goal. So this other one was pretty easy to break up into thirds. And I think it was when I was walking around the room. Uh-oh. Where did I go? When I was walking around the room, I saw that you guys were getting that one. And it broke up pretty neatly into thirds. Yeah, and then the next one was hard. But this shaded area ended up being thirds. So when the next one's hard, and you think something beyond it is easier, then move to an easier one, because there's some other strategies. Like you could have worked from the unshaded part, because that's smaller. So if you didn't try that strategy, look at the strategy and how it works. So this builds in pretty nicely. I think 6 times.
Yeah, 1 second.
So that turns out to be 6, right? And the shaded part.
5, 6.
Yeah, and I could kind of get it a little bit neater here. But you can see, I think, that works out to be 5, 6. So again, I'm going to just darken that in so you can see. And all of this was shaded.
Can you break up that shaded part?
Yeah, and sometimes you have to break up the shaded part. On the other hand, you don't have to break it up on this one. This one is the same size, so this is just 3/4. So you might have used this strategy again, or you might have even noticed that this was the same height. And at first, and maybe just figured it out that way. Whoops. So there's 2 different strategies. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I have to go over here and get one. So I'm breaking that up and putting it in. And you can see 3/4 there. So in the middle one, what did you do, Isabel, to get that correct answer back there?
Well, I just started splitting the shaded part into like I would split it into thirds and see if that would work, and then eventually I just split it into fifths and then it worked.
So you just kind of kept trying and persevering? That's good. Another strategy that might help, so watch this strategy, guys, because this is maybe less frustrating. Isabel, now that you've done that, here's another idea. You can do the same thing I was doing with the rectangles, and I'm going to pick a little bit different color, just maybe to make it a little more visible. You could take this. So this would be a really bad time to have a conversation. if you didn't understand this problem. Some of you guys are having a little focus issue. I would try to focus. So let me put a darker border on that. Didn't go darker. Can you see if you take it down here? There's a little gap. How about use the gap? So that is another strategy. So I'm going to use the gap. I'm going to go back to that yellow and use the gap. That was pretty hard, and if you do that, it breaks into ninths pretty well. So I'll pause and we'll... That one divided into 5/9, so that was hard. But the rest of them aren't too bad. So with the last 10 minutes of class, this is, or do we have 5? We're just going to make statements. And then I can even write some of the statements down, but we're going to just talk about how to use the bars. Okay? So each of the bars show the same goal of $300. So Katie, if the first bar, which is day 2, is $300 at the top, which is a little hard to see, and it's divided into fourths, what's halfway? I mean, half of 300. It'd be 150, right? And then half of 150? Oliver? 75. 75. Think of breaking $1.50 in half, okay? So on day, what we could say then is on day 2, the 6th graders were a fourth of the way to their goal and have raised $75 so far. Okay, Oliver, try day 4. Goal's still 300.
1/3 the way.
So on day 4, they're a third of the way to the goal, and they've raised how much? $100. Okay, Jason. Let's skip over day 6 for right now. On day 8, this is day 8. That was day 6, day 4, day 2. On day 8, the shaded area is up to
225. 225.
Yes, because this was 75. We can see that from over here. So this was 150. So if he adds another 75 to 150, he's going to get $225. So on day 8, the 6th graders have raised $225. And what fraction of their goal are they at, Wade?
They are at 3/4.
Yeah, they've reached 3/4 of their goal. And then for the 300, Lily, on day 10, now we're broken into 6. So what would 1/6 be, money-wise, Lily?
You wrote 100 at the bottom.
I did. My brain and my hand just don't always cooperate. Okay, so day 10, a 1/6 of the way would be how much money, Lily?
It would be,
I'd have to break that into 6 equal parts.
and I don't have
30 divided by 6, do that. Just the 1/6. You need some help? So do 30 divided by 6 first. 50, right? Okay. And I know, I put you on the spot there. And Davis, then if you count up, this would be 100, and then 150, 200. So on day 10, the 6th graders are 5/6 of the way to their goal, and they've raised $250 so far. I'm going to record that. That kind of thinking is what you're going to do on your homework. You're going to take parts of bars sometimes and mark off even parts and answer questions with them.
You are recording.
Right, I'm gonna save the recording and post it.
Wait,
And I'll post it as investigation 1.4, just so you can look at it if you need help.
Oh, okay.
Sophia?
Good.
Okay,
Here's my
time out, guys. I purposely skipped day 6, just because we didn't have time to do that. That would be a good calculator problem.
You can make the recording, right?
Yep. So
Confusing me. Never, ever, ever. No.
I could take 300. Would my smartboard just be, I'm just gonna say because we're short on time, we're not gonna worry about the value on the middle one right now, okay? Sophia? All right, have a good day, guys.
You too.
Still recording.